Many people tell you, I'm very glad you got closure. There's no such thing as closure. We have some answers. We have some information. But the pure heartache will never go away. We spent the years, and I will say we did everything we could do, and we were relentless. And yes, we were consumed. We were very consumed with doing everything we could do at any expense to keep the word out. We did not want the case to go cold. However, did I know through all those years that the answer was right in front of them all along? Is absolutely horrific. We were involved with and got involved with, the decision was made that we're going to do everything we can do in a positive manner to try to generate tips or information. Became a part of Spartanburg Crime Stoppers, State Crime Stoppers, Board of South Carolina Victim Services. I was on the board, gladly did it. I would meet people, listen to people to try to help other victims, and we did. Other people are going through their horrific battles. As we mentioned earlier, I was responsible, after seeing an idea, and implemented the South Carolina Unsolved Homicide Playing Card Program. And I'm very proud of that because I felt at least I was doing something. But at my age, in my career, I thought I did okay, but you always think you could solve issues. But the sad part was you couldn't make a dent in a situation like this. So something like getting involved on a positive measure to help other people was rewarding. The program is still in place, and I'm very proud of that. And I know that when you see those cards, maybe you will think of this. Maybe you may not, maybe you don't care, maybe you think it's stupid. But I want you to know that Brian's father put this together. We worked with a lot of victims' families throughout the years, around the area, around the state, to keep this case in the public eye. And it took many, many years for some of these answers and an act of God for this to come to fruition. Your Honor, although I continue to be very saddened, even broken, with the loss of Brian and the others, I don't think any amount of money or expense will ever give us any answers. But we did what we could, and we did every endless hours to get one piece of information whenever we could that would lead to the monster who did this act. So not only did we suffer, but we tried to do what we could to get answers. Your Honor, I thank you for the time and for listening to me, and I appreciate it.
Thanks, sir. Mr. Lucas, are you asking for more damages against Mr. Kohlhepp in favor of your son, Brian Lucas?
I am.
Nothing further, Judge.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Kohlhepp, do you have any questions of this particular witness?
No, sir.
Thank you, sir. Watch your step as you're stepping down.
Your Honor, okay, you got to stand.
And just come right up here and place your left hand on the Bible and raise your right hand aloud for the opportunity to swear you in.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so will be done?
We just have to stick the red chair, move the red chair up to the microphone.
Please, court.
Yes, sir.
Ma'am, please state your full name for the record.
My name is Katherine Lucas-Guy.
2003. Well, there's a lot. 15 years worth of pain, sorrow, tears, and questions. TK took away my only living sibling, leaving me to be with only 26 years worth of memories and the only child. I have literally seen my mom and dad drift away in depression, anxiety, and sadness. There was many days I weren't sure they would even find the strength to go on. But if there's one thing that I have learned through all of this, is that with God's will, you always will. For many years, my parents were afraid to go on a simple vacation, something Brian loved to do. As we grew up, we took many family vacations, and I know he loved to do that with his children. My dad has found his strength by fighting the system to improve it for victims. Every victim here is a victim, looking for answers in the case and getting playing cards with open homicide cases into the jail system to remind TK every day of what he's done. Mom has found many other victims and families to connect with and share their stories, their grief, their struggles, and even their victories. That November day, TK took my family away as we had known it. He took away my only son from knowing his only uncle. The uncle that I expected him to teach my son all things motorcycle. The uncle that I knew would fill in the details about my childhood that I had purposely left out. There were many uncles, aunts, cousins, and family friends who only have stories now to tell of my brother's life. No new memories. There are no more Christmases, no more birthdays, no more family reunions, no more family meals. Nothing. Just memories and the knowledge that I will see him again when my Lord and Savior calls me home. I have the opportunity to call Terry Guy my husband. Our marriage combined 3 of the victims into one family. Something that was a giant blessing. We have all moved on in our lives, but we will never and ever forget that November day that you took our loved ones. The day you chose to take our family's loved ones away. You took away a mother, a father, a soon-to-be father, and a friend, looking for a new change. Not one of them chose to be taken away by you. You took that choice away from them. I asked the justice system to remember the loved ones taken away that November day, lives taken way too soon. Lives did not have any choice. Lives that just were doing what they loved to do. I asked the media to remember that every single time you put his picture or his name on the media, we as victims in all cases are trying to survive. We may be walking down the street and we hear that name or picture and it strikes a knife through our heart. I would love for the day that instead of putting his name, you would put inmate number 003-72454 instead of his name or his picture. This coward does not deserve to have one more moment in the public eye. He admitted his guilt, and he deserves the life behind bars that he was given. And he deserves to be forgotten by the public, period. Thank you for allowing me to speak.
Nothing further.
Do you have any questions of this witness